How does your voice work? Well, I am holding Larry the larynx here. This is a model larynx that's around 3 times real size. Your larynx is nowhere near this big. So please look at this and realize that it is very much larger than what we have. So just to give you basic orientation to what you're looking at here, I know this might look like your jawbone and like a couple of teeth or something, but it's actually not. It's what's called your hyoid bone, and your hyoid bone is in fact here. It's the only bone in the human body that's not attached to your skeleton, and it's in fact, yes, it's a free floating bone effectively. This is your epiglottis, and it stands to attention, as you can see in real life, but that's what it looks like, although it would be covered with skin-like substance. And this is like a little lid that comes down when you swallow to help you protect your airway from food and drink going accidentally down into the airway where you would choke, which we don't want. This is your thyroid cartilage, and in men in particular, this part here can be very prominent, and that's known as your Adam's apple. Everyone has an Adam's apple, but it just happens to be a bit pointier in men, a little bit more dull or blunt in women, but we all have one. Behind the Adam's apple is where the front of the vocal cords, in fact, attaches. Yeah, so those bits there, and you can see this actually pulls them apart a little bit, like that. That is the front of the vocal cords and the back of the vocal cords here. And these arytenoid cartilages are part of the mechanism that helps to open up the vocal cords for breathing in. Another part of the structure of the larynx or voice box is this cartilage here called the cricoid cartilage, and then below that we have the trachea or the windpipe. So our voice is a wind instrument. It runs on air. In terms of the length of our vocal cords, when we're babies, they're only a few millimeters long. But listen to the noise that can come out of babies' voices. So clearly length is of no object when it comes to noise making. As we go through our life, they get longer and longer and longer, and they are longest in low-voiced males. So in an average adult female, the vocal cords are approximately 1.5 centimeters long, bit shorter for high voice females, a bit longer for low voice females. And for males, as I said, anything up to 2.5 centimeters long. And the longer the vocal cords are and the thicker the vocal cords are, the lower the voice is. And there's one other point I would like to leave you with at the end of this presentation, which is the fact that every single voice on this planet that has ever been in the past history, right now, or will ever be in the future, every single voice is utterly unique as your fingerprints, and that is something to be celebrated.